You just know it's going to be a good day when you crack open the window blinds of your hotel room and see this. I've got a plane to catch this morning, and I really do need to get moving, but wow, they make it difficult to leave this place. Good morning, everyone. My name is Scott. I'm the founder and author of SANspotter.com, and I'm here at Terminal 5 at JFK trying to figure out how to get over to Terminal 4. I think this is the right train. Anyway, I'm flying home to San Diego today aboard a Delta Airlines 767-400 in economy class this time, and it begins here with ultra-thrilling footage of the Delta check-in counters in Terminal 4. I gotta be honest though, I'm not all that bummed about flying in Delta 767-400 economy class, since I haven't yet flown on one with the all-new seats. It's good filler content for my blog, and the fact that you're watching this video means that you're somewhat interested in seeing it too. Either that, or you're just hoping to see me trip and fall down a flight of stairs or something. Anyway, it looks like it's gate B28 today, and for all the airplane nerds out there who are just dying to know, the registration number of today's aircraft is N843MH. Is there anything else you'd like to know before we begin the boarding process? There's not much else to say, other than the fact that Terminal 4 here at JFK is pretty nice. And I probably could have spent more time at the TWA hotel this morning, and that I'd much rather be flying JetBlue Mint today. But yeah, other than that, let's freaking go. Alright, despite this not being my preferred method of transportation today, I'm getting excited about this. The 767-400 is a rare aircraft in the grand scheme of things, and despite what you see in this clip, not many people get the opportunity to fly on these things. This is actually my 13th flight on a Boeing 767-400, which did concern me a bit, as I can be a wee bit superstitious at times. And if you saw my last video, you'll probably understand why I was reluctant to assume that Delta was going to hit it out of the park today. Oh well, my only goal at the moment is to find seat 52G. As long as it's not next to the toilets, I'm good. So, right off the bat, I'm going to say that Delta 767-400 economy class isn't for everyone. The primary reason being that this is a huge airplane, and if you're sitting at the very back, like I am today, the patience of a kindergarten teacher will be necessary. Not only will you need to have patience while they load the plane, but you're also going to need patience when it comes to snack time. Because, well, you're going to be last. And then, as if your patience hasn't been tested enough already, you're going to have to wait for what will feel like an eternity to deplane once you reach your destination. That being said, I specifically chose the 767-400 today over a smaller 737-800 that will be flying to San Diego just a few hours later. Yeah, I know. Going on that flight would have meant being able to sleep in and not having to deal with the patience that is required to deal with the chaos of a massive airplane filled with complete strangers. But you know what? It's hard to think of anything more freaking awesome than the chaos of a massive airplane filled with complete strangers going somewhere fun. It's hard to explain why I feel this way, but if you understand that I'm the kind of traveler who has always enjoyed the journey more than the destination, it starts to make a little more sense. And before I go totally off tangent, let me just reel it in by saying that the all-new economy seats here on the Delta 767-400 feel pretty good so far. I can still feel my butt and wiggle my toes, which is a good sign, but no pun intended. This journey is just getting started. Now, sit back, relax, and get settled in with me for the long 5.5-hour grind to San Diego. Wait, before we start grinding, I need need to show you the view of New York City because, well, it's not a proper JFK-based airline review without a good view of the city just after takeoff. And with that out of the way, wait, stupid window shade. And with that out of the way, I'm happy to report that the video screens are just as bright and responsive as the ones I experienced in Delta One just a day before. That's where the similarities end, obviously, as there's no way to compare business class with these economy seats. Even the colors are different. It's not all bad, though. There are USB ports located under the video screens, which come in very handy, and wait, is it too much of a coincidence that the entire system reset just moments after I plugged in my phone? Thankfully, it didn't take very long for it to come back online, because I would have felt awful for nuking the entire entertainment system. It took a while, but it is finally snack time. If I can just get this window shade to stay open, that is. There we go. Not that it's vitally important to show you the snacks they were serving because, well, this is Delta Airlines, and it's probably not a shock to see Biscoff cookies. I went for the pretzels, as usual. And if you're curious, the flight attendants did a fantastic job of getting through the entire cabin with the snack cart in a timely manner. Like the proper airplane nerd that I am, I actually timed how long it took for them to reach my row way back here next to the toilets. Any guesses before I tell you? It was 22 minutes and 37 seconds. Not too shabby. I guess one nice thing about sitting right next to the toilets is that it's convenient. Especially when the seatbelt sign is illuminated, and I'm probably breaking all sorts of FAA regulations by even being in here. Thankfully, I was able to get back to my seat before getting any stink eye from the flight attendants, and I gotta say that it was easily one of my stealthiest moves of the day so far. And now, with nothing else to do, it was time to settle in and hunker down for the remainder of the flight. I felt perfectly comfortable so far, and I've yet to think of anything negative to say about these new economy seats on the 767-400. They might be a little bit firm, but otherwise, this is far from the worst economy class seat that I've ever experienced. And I've got no complaints. Well, other than the fact that I should have been flying JetBlue Mint today. One of the most ironic things about this Delta 767-400 economy review is that the service from the flight attendants was actually better than what I experienced in Delta One business class just the day before. I'm totally serious. The cabin crew on this flight did a fantastic job of coming through the aisles offering water and snacks, and I never once had an empty cup of water sitting in front of me. Compare that with yesterday's Delta One flight, where I hardly saw the flight attendants at all, and I guess I haven't totally given up on Delta yet. Speaking of yet, is it too soon to ask if we're there yet? I will admit that being crammed into the window seat in the back of a large, wide-body aircraft such as the 767-400 does have its drawbacks. The most notable one being the fact that it's much louder than a 737, and it kind of gets annoying after the 4th hour or so. But that's an easy fix with a decent pair of noise-canceling headphones, and I guess if that's my biggest complaint, things aren't all that bad. The moral of the story is this. If you want a quieter and less chaotic experience with far less people to deal with, choose the 737. However, if you want a much roomier aircraft with a slightly larger economy seat and better video screens, go for the 767-400. Oh, and yeah, you'll also get admiration from all your AV Geek friends when you tell them that you just flew in on the 767 from New York. They get totally jealous when they hear that kind of stuff. Anyway, welcome to San Diego. The most interesting thing about our arrival was that another Delta 767-400 from Atlanta landed right before us, and they parked them at the gate that we were supposed to park at because the ground crew didn't know which flight was which. It took them a few minutes to sort everything out, which is fine, because it'll give me the opportunity to give shoutouts to some of the SANspotter patrons. Simon from the SD AV Geek YouTube channel, Neil from the Moment in the Sky YouTube channel, Naomi Slivko, Riley Wingo, David Kelly, and everyone else. It's awesome having you on board. And speaking of being on board, it was a pretty good feeling to not be on board this Delta 767-400 any longer. Because, well, it was fun, but it felt even better to finally be home. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.